Pikachus are big, powerful, big boys, creatures of honor and girth, as I'm sure we all know. But have you ever honored Pikachu by painting a big Pikachu to display prominently in your home? Have you? Well, that's what I decided to do for this video. I've always loved our glorious, respectable, beefy Pikachu, but I think with 2 decades of Pokémon content and the experience of seeing a Gigantamax Pikachu with my own eyes, I can say that I now love and respect Pikachu more than ever. I decided to try to emulate his beloved and now nostalgic design from Pokémon Red and Blue, the iconic and charming Fat Pikachu, for this painting in all his lumpiness, because I just really appreciate that he is as big and plump and squishy as possible. Although, I guess I don't really know how squishy he is. Maybe he's actually rock hard with sheer muscle. I don't really know, but either way, Fat Pikachu will be present in my life to soothe and encourage me. So firstly, I've got to get something to paint this huge lad onto. Many people might use some kind of board or canvas, but I like to do a very simple, cost-effective and inferior technique that I call taping some paper together to make a bigger paper. This is basically how anything grows when you think about it. I'm a scientist. So I taped 6 A4 pieces of printer paper together to make a nice big square for my Pikachu, and I stuck that thing onto my wall. The edges of the individual pieces of paper create what I am now going to describe as an artistic texture. It's a perfect place to put my intimidating new Pikachu. Once my professional paper creation is on the wall, I can begin bringing my gorgeous Pikachu into this world. I used a picture of Fat Pikachu as a reference and tried the best I could to draw a rough outline of him in pencil, matching the original design as much as possible. This was probably my favourite stage because it's the part where I could be a little loose and shape the Pikachu how I wanted. For this painting, I wanted to emulate the original Fat Pikachu design relatively closely, but if I made another big Pikachu, I think it'd be nice to incorporate more of my own style in making this beautiful Pikachu come to life. Maybe something a bit like these Pikachu drawings I've made recently. Emulating the one true Fat Pikachu more closely was a good exercise in being familiar with his form and how it works on this scale, however, and it seemed like the best plan for this Pikachu on that basis. Now, I'm not an accomplished Pikachu painter. I don't have a PhD in Pikachu right now, but maybe one day I can become a learned Pikachu artist. And it could all start here with a little observation of a huge Pikachu. The next step in my Pikachu making journey was to lay down the base colour and make him yellow. Since I didn't have much yellow paint, but I did have approximately 7,000 yellow felt tip pens, which I never usually use in my drawings, causing my home to become an endless cave of yellow pens, neglected and cascading out of every cupboard when you open it looking for parsley or a big shiny ruby. So I coloured in Pikachu's body and finalised the shape of some of the more awkward spots, and now look at him, a strange yellow shape. He is emerging, and he's already big as hell. I added some shadow under his chin and tummy with diluted brown paint for a little depth, a little bounce. This sweet boy is about to be in the world with me, and it's nice to see him slowly developing, like a Polaroid if a Polaroid scribbled its colours on with a big pen. After making him yellow, it was finally time to add some detail. This was the more fiddly bit, but Pikachu needs to be able to express his desires and his deep rage, and he can't do that without a face, so I cautiously painted his beautiful cheeks, his eyes, mouth, the ends of his ears, and the colouring on his back and tail. Cool. Now a Pikachu is here. This is probably exactly what Michelangelo felt like when he was sculpting David. The power and beauty of Pikachu's form begins to take shape, and all of a sudden, Pikachu is here. My sweet son. He ended up a little wobbly in the end, but I think his particular shape and look has a certain charm to it. He's okay. He might be a little vacant behind the eyes, yes, but he is a compassionate Pikachu. In fact, you should know the truth. He loves you. Now I have a sweet Pikachu in my life and on my wall, and I would recommend it to any of you if you're looking for a soothing yet energetic presence in your life. Paint your own big Pikachu, perhaps, or just bask in the adoration of mine. Here are some more Pikachus I drew to increase the Pikachu quotient of this video. Some bonus Pikachus. They're small ones, but they are necessary. Whoa, these Pikachus are everywhere. Ah!